watching this video, I'm guessing you're here because you like an ENTP, and you want to figure out a few things, like, do they like you back? How can you get them to like you back? How can you get them to acknowledge your existence? Well, I'm here to tell you that I am so sorry.
The kids don't stand a chance.
Hey everyone, sorry for not making a video last week. I was in a play and we had rehearsals, and I thought last minute that I would be able to, but it turned out I didn't have time. But our last show was yesterday, so I'm free today. So I want to cover two things. How do you know if an ENTP likes you? And what should you do to get closer to an ENTP, to possibly get them to like you back? The first thing is very difficult because we can be very strategic, and we don't often, unless we've decided it's a good idea to do so, we don't like to give away that we like someone. At least that's just me. A lot of this stuff I just want to say is like, it's what I do, but not every single ENTP is going to be the same as me. However, we are similar in certain ways, so I'm going to put forth my personal experience, and maybe others will be able to relate. But for me personally, I definitely assess the situation and act accordingly, so it depends on the situation. If I feel like it's a good idea to hang around them a lot and get to know them, then I'll go for it. But if I feel like that's a bad idea, that'll scare them away or something, then I watch from a distance and analyze, and most times I do everything I can to reveal my feelings as late as possible, because a lot of times giving that away, I'm concerned that it'll, like, I don't know, ruin it or something, or it's just my own issues, I don't know. But that seems to be what I do. So, like, it's either I'll show a lot of interest, and it'll be like that person's like a new idea, like I want to explore the new idea and get to know them and figure out everything about them and understand them. Or I'll show no interest at all, and you wouldn't even be able to know it. So, that's the tricky thing, is sometimes when we like people, no one has any clue. At least that's what I think. I mean, that could just be me having way too much confidence in myself, and really everyone knows that I'm not that good at hiding it after all. Don't know. As for advice, if you do like an ENTP and you're not even really sure if they like you back, I would say the most important thing is to be careful. You could really easily turn them away, because, like, if someone who I'm not actually, like, interested in at that moment shows interest in me, I tend to automatically shut off towards them. Like, I'm not going to be interested in them. I don't know why I do that. I don't know, it's just automatically, like, I guess I'm afraid because there's a good chance that I won't show any interest, and I don't want to end up, like, making them upset by being, like, having to deal with the awkward situation of them being like, because usually I've found that guys tend to be pretty straightforward and direct, and they'll be like, hey, I like you, when I've shown absolutely no interest in them at all, and then I'm in the awkward situation of being like, I really have no attraction to you whatsoever, and I have to say that in a nice way, and it's hard to, because I'm also a blunt person, so I'm torn between care for their feelings and just don't sugarcoat things, be blunt and straightforward like I generally want to be and want others to be toward me. And I think I've become more blunt in those kind of situations as time's gone on, for better or for worse. So, in other words, what I'm saying is, don't give yourself away too fast. The best chance you have is to be their friend first. Don't just jump into the dramatic romantic things like confessions of love and all that. You'll just freak them out and scare them away, and don't do that. And pretty much in my experience, not every, but like pretty much almost every guy has gone to that route. Like, no. That's like the fastest way to get me to turn the other way, because I want to establish that friendship. I want to build that friendship first, and just not jump into those kinds of things, especially when I initially have no attraction. Now, a few personality traits that I personally like, and every ENTP is going to be different. But I think I tried to choose things that I thought might be similar among a lot of ENTPs. So first of all, I am never attracted to someone who I identify as weak, whether that be weak mentally, mainly mentally. It's mainly a weakness of mentality and inner strength. I don't mean like physical strength. I don't really care about that. I mean, not, it's not a priority. But to be able to hold your own, to stand on your own 2 feet, including in debating, when someone proves me wrong, that's like an automatic, like, I like you, like, not even necessarily in a romantic way, but in any way, like, I'm automatically have respect for that person, and because I know that they can give me a mental challenge and give me thoughts to think of, and especially when we have kind of complementary ways of thinking, where, like, I've noticed this with, like, NFPs, a lot of times, the mature ones, we really complement each other in just the way we think. So, like, we think of ideas that the other person doesn't, not necessarily that they fully contradict each other, but that they can build off of each other, and give me new thoughts and new ways of thinking. So we definitely like that as well. So don't be afraid to debate them. We love a good mental challenge, and that's a fast way to befriend us. The third thing is we love something exciting and interesting. So that really changes from person to person. I've had people who, like, are directly exciting, like they are just exciting personalities that love world and adventure, and like kind of an ENFP kind of style, who, like, I look at it and I know I can, like, go on a lot of adventures with. But I also have, like, people who I see as mentally interesting. Like, I don't really understand them, or they have a lot of interesting ideas. Intelligence is a big thing for me. It's less big in comparison to other qualities as I get older, and I value more integrity. Because, like, when I was younger, I was like, why do I care about that? And I'm like, well, yeah, I can see how that's important, because this is someone you're going to be spending a lot of time with, who you're going to give a lot of yourself to, and if they're not a good person, then that's not a person to trust with that. So I valued that a little bit more, but intelligence is still really big to me, because I need that mental stimulation. So that would be the third thing, is really just being an interesting person and exciting, whether more inwardly or outwardly. So good luck to you all who've had the misfortune of falling for an ENTP, as we can tend to have sometimes high standards and be scared off easily. But hopefully this helps, and I wish you the best of luck, because I know what it's like. Because even scarier, I like ENFPs, and they're much